What's up, guys? Gary from the Third Rate Duelist here to present yet another fourth rate deck for all you guys. Today we're going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite decks. Probably the deck I'm most associated with in Yu-Gi-Oh! And today we're talking Harpies. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, Triple Chandler, because she's the best Harpie in the deck. Can't run any less, because she's the heart and soul. Excuse the proxy, but Perfumer. Hopefully she's in by Chicago. I ordered it. Chicago's this weekend, and I'm hoping and praying she's in by then, because this is what I'm playing. So, and also Perfumer, you need 3 of her just because she sped this deck up. She gave her the competitive edge that Harpies needed. Other than that, like, no description. Like, you obviously need her. Triple Harpist, she's this main searcher in the deck for your Chandler, your Dancer, and even your Perfumer. That's all she searches. And then the second effect, too, actually won me a game against Paleo Frogs. The normal summon, bounce back stuff. That actually won me a game on Paleo Frogs over the weekend. So if you're going to play Harpist, remember that is always an option. Double Queen. A lot of people are thinking Triple Queen right now just because you need Hunting Ground ASAP. Well, I'll get to that later on why I only play 2 Queen. Double Dancer. I do play Miss Valley. I love that card. Makes me go ham. And just because it's another search off of your Harpist if need be. Last for the Harpie Lady monsters will be 2 Cyber Harpie Ladies. I play 2 Egotist, so having multiple targets is pretty good. I like the rank 7 toolbox, so you gotta either have Dragon or Sisters. I'm not a fan of the Sisters build, so I like the rank 7s just because big eyeing a Colossus is hilarious. Last for the monster lineup is Barrier Statue, because who doesn't like stopping your opponent from summoning anything?
How good is that card?
I combo this off with Baguska, and what do you do to Baguska Barrier Statue? Like, seriously. You can't summon and you can't activate monster effects. The only deck that this kind of hurt, like, can play around this is if Sky Striker opens up Ray and they make Hayate. But other than that, I shut down the game just with this card. That's it for my monsters. Off to the spell lineup. We need Triple Sign, because this is another main searcher in the deck. If it gets sent from your hand or field to the graveyard, search up to 3 different Harpie cards. So you add your Chandler, your Harpist, and your Featherstorm. So just negating stuff for days. And then going off, obviously. But next, Triple Swallow's Nest. We want to see this card because it gets you into your Chandler plays. And it also puts a Barrier Statue on your opponent's turn and interrupts them and shuts them down. So I feel like 3 just because you want to see it. So, yeah. Oh, and like I said, all my stuff should be in by Chicago. So there's another proxy I totally missed. Triple Called by the Grave, though, because you want to see, or if something like Ash gets hit on you, you're dead in your track. So just a backup plan. Even though hand traps are kind of fading now, if they do completely fade out, it's still an interruption on your opponent's turn. So, helps. Double Hunting Ground. It's Harpies. You have easy access to it with Queen. But the only reason I'm opting for 2 is because I don't feel like it's needed every turn. Like, if you play triple of this card, Triple Queen, I felt like I'd seen that card too many times when I didn't need it. Last for the field spells is Divine Wind of Miss Valley. Like I said, this card just makes you go ham sandwich. This and Dancer puts 4 monsters on board. So, I can't argue with that. And then, a lot of people will disagree with this, but 2 Terraforming, just because it puts a Harpie card in hand, if need be, or gets you quicker access to the Miss Valley to spam the board. Like, I've had to use it over the weekend. Terraforming, Hunting Ground, Chandler, discard, boom. Or I didn't have a Queen, so I went Terraforming, add Hunting Ground. Paleo Frog, I went pop, 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 pop. So just quicker access to field spells. 2 Egotist. Like, a lot of people playing 1. This card is not a once per turn. So who doesn't want a free Harpie from hand or deck? And it also makes Perfumer way more alive in the deck, the play 2, than just 1. So I feel like 2 is necessary, 3 is probably a little overboard. Last for the spell lineup, Monster Reborn was Soul Charge because Soul Charge is so good, but it's on the ban list now, so had to replace it. Oh, I miss Soul Charge already. And then for the traps, the best trap in the deck, your Harpie's Featherstorm.
How good is this card?
This card is what wins Harpie's games. You just say, no effects.
So what does this card do, Gary?
So if I control a Wind Winged Beast type monster, until the end of the turn, negate any monster effects my opponent activates. So activated effects are automatically negated. And then if I control a Harpie card, it's a hand trap, so I can activate it from hand. And then its last effect, we don't have Feather Duster, so I'm not even going to explain that. But this wins games for days. And then last, Gozen. Gozen, I don't have to explain that. Gozen is phenomenal right now. Everything plays different attributes other than me with Harpies, obviously. Or stuff like Lairnoids with Brandon, because he just swaps all your stuff to dark or fire, whatever. Last for the trap lineup, Party. Next best thing to Soul Charge. I can't feel playing 2 in this format just because it is a trap and it's a little slower. Even though it does spam up to 5 Harpies on board, I just couldn't feel playing 2. Off to the extra deck now. We got Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon. Just a funny tech in Harpies. You kind of have to play at least one of it. I was playing 2 over the weekend. Took the second one out because I was extra locking myself with the Babushka Barrier Statue lock. Once Babushka's on board, I couldn't do anything, so we replaced him with the second version of him with Land for Linkus. 1 Tornado Dragon. This is just a rank 4 toolbox, so like anything and everything good that's a rank 4 we play. And then Tornado Dragon is just bomb. I've had to go Chandler, Perfumer, summon Cyber Harpie Lady, make Tornado Dragon, set my sign, pop my sign, and go ham from there. So Tornado Dragon is a must in this deck. Chidori, because it is amazing in this deck, spinning up to 2 cards, 2 problematic cards, so that's a big out to stuff like Thunder Dragon, along with Castell, just spin it back. The Babushka, stall tactics. Can't really say anything on that. You're just stalling your opponent out until you get your hand and going off. Exciton Knight, my boy. I got this card for a 6-inch sub at Subway. Got banned the next week, so I've never been able to play this. But over the weekend, I red reboot my Paleo Frog opponent, made Exciton, and basically won. Like, I don't have to explain anymore. But the fact that I can finally play him, I'm so happy. Dweller, BA, and Danger are still running around. So, kind of necessary. Cowboy, because I'm going to Cowboy someone for game, and I'm going to laugh. He's just a hilarious tech. Like, I'm going for game 3, we're running on time, I'm going to Cowboy you. Guarantee it. Flare Metal. Trickstars is still a thing, so they're going to burn through their resources in life to try and out him.
And also a good time card, too.
It's also a very good time card. You just go, oh, hey, come at me. Every time you do something, you're losing more life. So, Dracosack, it's Dracosack. Dracosack's one of probably the best rank 7 ever. No explanation needed. Big Eye. Snatch Steal. I'm going to Snatch Steal your Colossus if I don't bounce it back. And then make you not search. And then for the links, we play Double Great Fly, just because they're all most of my stuff I'm going to go into are win. So let's boost it up 500, try and kill them faster. And then, like I said, the Land for Linkus, just because I was extra locking myself, extra deck zoning. Whatever you want to call it. I can't talk right now, but I was locking myself out of the extra deck zone most of the weekend, so we swapped him. And then last but not least, Borreload, because he's out to problematic cards when need be. And I'd show you my side deck, but I'm going to keep that a little secret for Chicago.
All right, Gary, you got anything else you want to say about the deck? Like maybe when Conductor comes out?
Oh, Conductor comes out, we'll do an updated list because I feel like I will change this quite a bit. Mirror will be better with Conductor just because I could pop it with stuff like Hunting Ground or just make Conductor have a Featherstorm in hand and make other plays. Conductor is going to make the deck better. Like, we will do an updated list.
All right.
And then I want to do a shout out to BB. He helped fine tune this deck. He's the reason Barrier Statue's actually in. I was like, and he's like, play it.
Card's so good.
It's so good. Like, it stole me so many games. I want to thank Dennis for getting me what I needed, other than what's in the mail. Everyone else who helped out, Zach, Joe, they gave me the first 2 perfumers. Oh, and also the new Blue Eyes mat, which, even though Blue Eyes are put up, I love. So, you see me in Chicago, hit me up, make sure I don't need that perfumer in Swallow's Nest. Help me out. So, catch you next time, YouTube.